Atlanta, so Bleach Brave Souls will be celebrating its 10th anniversary July 23rd. And while we are 2 months away, we are getting close to our very first teaser trailer hinting at who the upcoming anniversary characters will be. But the thing is, even though we've yet to get a trailer, that isn't stopping people from already predicting and theorizing who this year's anniversary characters could be. And for today's video, we're on the Bleach Brave Souls Reddit to see what some of the community members have to say. Some of the posts that we are going to react to today will be based on just predictions on who they think it should be, and some will be going even deeper, trying to decipher the 10th anniversary logo. Because we are in a weird situation where the anniversary logo has been revealed, and it's been known for the last 5 months. Normally, the logos don't actually mean anything, but that isn't stopping the community from having fun. So with that said, let's have a look at what some of you lads have to say regarding who the anniversary characters could be based on the logo or just feelings. And first up, we have Aaroniero. Hopefully I said your name right, I don't think I did. 10th anniversary round 1 prediction. So there are curiously 4 characters that are considered hype that have never received a remake in Bleach Brave Souls since 2016 and also 2017. And the fact that these characters are correlated as if they were waiting for an ideal moment to return together. And the 4 characters they have questioned here is Full Fusion, Aizen, Danga Ichigo, Full Hollow White Ichigo, and also White Tensor. And to be fair, it has been quite some time since these characters received a remake. I'm surprised it's been so long in all honesty. I do agree with the fact that these are super popular characters that for some reason we just aren't seeing be remade. And it kind of feels like Caleb know that they don't deserve to be a mediocre mid-month banner. They kind of want to save them for a big end-of-month banner. And as far as end-of-months are concerned, we don't get premium end-of-months, at least for the time being. But in regards to these 4 characters, I just don't see this. It would be cool, don't get me wrong. I just don't see it happening for the anniversary or any anniversary, to be honest. I mean, if we were to get another Ichigo and Aizen for an anniversary, I feel like they would have to be originals. And again, for me personally, Danga Ichigo is such a weird character because he's in a very weird position that he doesn't get remakes because they just rather remake Mugetsu Ichigo. I know they are technically different forms, but they also come from the same moment and fight. And ultimately, the main reason why we haven't gotten a Dangai remake is because we have gotten 2 Mugetsu since then. And in a way, that means he has been remade, if that kind of makes sense. But honestly, I would be down for a Dangai Ichigo that has a Sobom that doesn't have him go into Mugetsu. Especially now that Mugetsu's been done 2 times since this character's release. I will say though, these characters in this format even, I think would make for very exciting end-demand premium banners outside of the anniversary. If they wanted to turn this into an anniversary prelude banner, similar to how Mugetsu was done last year, June mid-month, that would also be quite cool, and I would honestly be accepting of it. But for anniversary headliners, rather not. But I'll be lying if I said I wouldn't be excited if they did pick them anyway. Frogo Senpai wants a wedding Ichigo and Orihime for the 10th anniversary, stating nothing else would even come close to being as good as that. Wedding characters in Brave Souls is something that I'm surprised hasn't happened just yet. It's kind of just a trend in gacha games to put females in bride outfits. And honestly, I wouldn't say no to it. For an anniversary though, maybe not. Happy ADC is trying to decipher the actual logo for the 10th anniversary, stating that the orange coloring is almost dead on. But there's no way they would waste a 10th anniversary on Yurugrim and Basby. So it seems like this lad is trying to look for something in the logo, but at the same time found something that they actually don't want. They like Basby, but for the 10th anniversary, it's an anniversary that's supposed to be the biggest anniversary to date. And yeah, a Yurugrim and also Basby wouldn't be that exciting. I could see them maybe happening in part 2, because what we do know, if you aren't aware, is that the 10th anniversary will be the beginning of Core 3 in Brave Souls. And Basby and Yurugrim is a big moment in Core 3, Season 3 of Blood War. So they very well could be part of the 10th anniversary. And the logo, to be fair, does have some type of fire-ish theme in the middle. So could this be a hint at Yurugrim and Basby? I don't really think so, but potential. Who actually knows? Sad Entertainer is up next with a wish list and also prediction for the 10th anniversary, stating since it's the 10th anniversary, I would like to see if we got 3 characters instead of 2. And for part 1, they want original form Ichigo, Rukia, and also Orihime. I mean, 3 characters for an anniversary would be actually very exciting, especially if all 3 characters are in original forms, let's be honest. I don't think anyone would turn that down. And at the same time, it would be for 3 characters, more so 2 characters that have yet to get original forms in the game, Rukia and also Orihime. Orihime. Ichigo is the main character. It's almost guaranteed he's going to be seen in part 1 of the anniversary. He's the main character. It's the 10th anniversary. They cannot not include him, you know? But this lad here wants them to create original forms based on their 1000-year Blood War appearance, referencing maybe Horn of Salvation, Ruki with her Bankai, Orihime with a new design and more battle healer aesthetic. And for part 2, they want to see something like Uryu, Chad, and also Renji. And while on that topic, right, I do actually kind of agree with their part 2 here. I mean, I would love to see a part 1 original forms, let's be honest. I would take an Ichigo Rukia, I'll take an Ichigo Orihime, I'll take a Rukia Orihime at this point. And for part 2, since it is going to be the start of Quarter 3, Uryu and Renji was one of the biggest surprises from that season. It was a really well-animated fight, might be one of my favorite fights of 1000-year Blood War, surprisingly, one of my favorite fights from Season 3. So I think having Uryu and Renji part of the anniversary, whether that's part 1 or part 2, I wouldn't say no to it. And I guess Chad, it'll be cool to get a new 1000-year Blood War Chad, because he hasn't had a new character in quite some time. And honestly, with Chad at this point, I would accept him being another Brave Out unit. It's kind of been his place for the last, 9 years. Worried Couple coming through with a 10th anniversary prediction saying, I feel like these 3 make the most sense for 10th anniversary characters. Carrying on the theme of the 9th anniversary with Kenpachi and Gremi, we may have Monster Aizen and also Dangai Ichigo. And for those standing Uryu, he just feels like an anniversary character. And in the case for Uryu, Dangai, and also Monster Aizen, we're going to see a lot of those names probably in this video. They just haven't had characters in quite some time. And we can see the 3 characters they are saying. So I think a lot of people just want to get new forms of Dangai Ichigo and also Monster Aizen, which again, I'm also there for. I've been calling and praying for a Monster Aizen playable in a Bleach game for years. And we just don't even have that. Not even in Rebirth of Souls. I'd honestly welcome it, but again, I think for an anniversary headline, Dangai Ichigo, people already complain about canon anniversary as is. Would we accept a Dangai Ichigo Monster Aizen for a 10th anniversary part 1 canon? Probably, if they made them really good, I honestly wouldn't complain about it. Because in a way, I can kind of see the thought process behind these 2 characters, since it is in a way the ending of the first major part of Bleach. Having that be celebrated in an anniversary is something in a way they haven't done just yet. And again, even though it's technically another Mugetsu, it will be more so focused on Dangai Ichigo. But I don't know. Personally, I just don't really see it happening. But again, maybe for June mid-month as the anniversary prelude banner. We just got Segunda Tappa Okiura and also Full Hollow Ichigo. Maybe next in line is for the climactic battle to get remakes. X-South is coming in with a different prediction, once more analyzing the 10th anniversary logo, and in this case, the most correct and closest match to the logo. This is the moment they've been waiting for, and the character they want to see is a character that I kind of agree with. 10th anniversary Yamamoto, come on, it has to happen. Maybe not, but I've been saying this character for a while now. He's the one character that's been skipped out on Core 1. We are currently about to start getting Core 3 characters, and we've yet to get an anime Bankai Yamamoto. Yes, we have like 4 Bankai Yamamotos in-game, but none of them are anime versions, and the one that is an anime version is a, past version, not entirely using the Bankai. I think the only way for this character to work as an anniversary character would have to have like insane visuals, and if they are referencing the anime similar to how they did it with Fullbring Ichigo, I think Zanku no Tachi Tenshi Kaijin could be one of the best looking swords in the entire game if they do nail it. And in the case for Yama, the only way I could see this working is being paired with Bankai Shinsui. In a way, you can look at it as a duo Captain Commander banner. Honestly, if that was part 1, I feel like it would be quite controversial. But if both Bankai Yama and Bankai Shinsui ended up just being very good and cool looking units, I don't think you'd be seeing any complaints from me. Shiro099 is continuing on with analyzing the logo for the 10th anniversary, and in this case, they're more focused on the actual 0 number, because what you can see is that it's kind of been cut, and that cut might resemble how a certain character got cut in the anime. My boy Yama. It's like, he didn't deserve it. Ichirei is coming through with a different prediction, kind of going against the curve of what the overall community is saying when it comes to trying to analyze the logo. But again, I think most people do agree that the 10th logo does seem to have some flames in the middle. And in this case, they're thinking it's referencing... I actually forgot the name. Don't call me a fake Bleach fan. I forgot the name of the attack that tried to kill Rukia. I think it's sort of an R. And you know what? I can kind of see the thought process behind this, right? This is an iconic moment in Bleach, and it's something that even Brave Souls doesn't have, surprisingly, like Ichigo with this outfit. I honestly wouldn't mind if this was his soul bomb, just deflecting the massive giant flame birds. And in a way, I could see maybe Caleb wanting to go down some route of trying to make the 10th anniversary nostalgic by making a form that, is very iconic. Is this one iconic enough, though? I don't know. I don't know. Future knowledge might be onto something though. 10th anniversary going to be a collab with Naruto Blazing? No way. Dr. Star is once more looking into the logo, and I've seen this one thrown about quite a bit, to be fair. So what we have here is the 10th anniversary logo, but behind it there is a noticeable black something, right? And in this case, it does somewhat resemble the black aura or Getsuga that Ichigo has right when he's about to use his attack against Byakuya in the original Soul Society arc. And I've seen this been thrown around a few times, so maybe right, because it is interesting if we're trying to like decipher the logo here. There's a few design choices that, you know, make you question, why is there a line here? Again, ultimately, it could just mean nothing. But this black aura Getsuga stuff at the back does resemble something like Ichigo or maybe even Almighty Yuha. I don't know. In my opinion, the 10th anniversary characters are pretty obvious. Seeing as that the hair colors match up and both are the most iconic and main characters of Bleach. Of course, I could be wrong and we get a boring 1000-year Blood War banner with core 3 Renji. Does bro have something against Renji? Not my goat, bro. Not my goat. But I'm pretty confident it is something like this and they're just basing off the colors. I mean, unironically, they might actually be right. Part 1 of the anniversary has a pretty decent chance of being a Rukia and also Ichigo, so they might be right, but they might be right for the wrong reasons. Sana Jr. is going for a different route for the 10th anniversary, saying, could it be Almighty Yuha and also Ichibei? This banner is going to happen, but again, the question is when. Will it be during the anniversary? Will it not be? Who actually knows? But remember, this is actually one of the first fights that happen in Core 3 of 1000-year Blood War, so it's bound to happen. We're likely going to get another Yuha. At this point in time, his previous character is coming up to a year and a half old. Ichibei hasn't had a character in quite some time, and we know we're going to get Futen Tai Satsuyo Ichibei. It's going to happen. And in a way, it'd be a controversial anniversary, to say the least, for the 10th anniversary. I think they could have gotten away with this for the 9th anniversary. But I feel like for a big milestone, it can't just be like any other anniversary. It has to celebrate the game in a way. And my biggest problem with this is that, yeah, Ichigo's not included. But Ichigo does fight against Yuha, so maybe they could do a 3-character part 1. Ichibei, Yuha, and also Ichigo. I don't think this will be round 1, but honestly, it has a chance to happen right after the anniversary, maybe even part 2. While I do think there are more exciting moments to come from season 3 that are, you know, should be priority over these two are 2 massive named characters showcasing some of their big abilities. But you know what, I'd be down for a new Yuha and especially a good Ichibei that isn't tied behind having good damage output only when the gauge is active. It would be really funny if this was the 10th anniversary characters. For those that don't know, this art was done in commemoration for the 10th anniversary of the manga. So it would be funny if the game used this design for the 10th anniversary. Again, kind of going back to the whole bride characters that we spoke about earlier in the video, a lot of games do actually celebrate an anniversary with a character in a suit or a bride outfit, some type of dress, not even brides. But I think Brave Swords and Bleach in general just has way too many cool moments that you can't really do that for an actual anniversary unless it was an alternate skin. But the character itself would have to be cool. And you know, Exile says it here, imagine skipping a lot of banners for a casual Ichigo. It would work as a free character or a medal exchange character. Like, we would appreciate the thought of celebrating an anniversary with like a, you know, dapper looking Ichigo, but the anniversary has to be like a cool moment, a hype moment, or an original form that just looks amazing to play with. I'm down for casual stuff like this, but maybe I'm not going to spend my orbs on that. I know the chances of it are low, but this would be the perfect anniversary headliners. 2 of the most powerful characters in this series finally getting their broken versions. The amount of money they could make would make Dokkan blush. And we have The Don and Aoyama, I think his name. Afro guy. Really testing my Bleach knowledge today, damn. I mean, listen, if Don has 1 fan, that's me. If Don has no fans, I'm dead. I'm gone. I defended his Safui character. I think the Don deserves a good character. I'd be down for original Dazon. I'm actually very disappointed to the most recent banner didn't give us a new characterizer Don. That would actually been really cool. Maybe in the future though. This slide is once more looking maybe too deep into the logo, and we're really stretching for this one, but once more, behind the 10th anniversary logo is some type of black aura, and in this case, look at that. Imagine. And this is the fun part during the anniversaries. I know this lad probably doesn't mean it, but especially when the anniversary trailer does get revealed this time almost next month, June 23rd, June 20th, around then, we should get the anniversary teaser trailer. We always get a few lads out there that just look super deep into something and try and find something that isn't there. I don't hate on it though, it's for the fun. But imagine, again, that's one of the things that I have against the Dangai Ichigo, right? We literally just got Mugetsu last year. Getting another Mugetsu, Tanuki Dangai, would be like Again, really, you know? 10th anniversary prediction. I'm predicting that this year they'll take a break from the main banner 1000 Year Blood War and bring back original designs they used to do. Is it likely? Not really, but I imagine 10 years is way too special of a number to not do something with the two main characters. So with that in mind, round 1, we have a Mind Ichigo with an original design inspired by True Shikai and a Speed Rukia with an original design inspired by Haka no Togame. And that'll be cool, getting original forms similar to 1000 Year Blood War. That's something they kind of did with Kenpachi and also Retsu during their Safui banners. They took reference clearly from the 1000 Year Blood War arc. I would love to kind of see that again, original stuff based on 1000 Year Blood War power sets. And I think Mind, by the way, has a very good chance, just for the record. I don't see us getting a Speed character for Annie though. At least not part 1. I would most also say Mind and also Power. With that though, they also give a second prediction. If round 2 is going to be 1000 Year Blood War, they're expecting Meninya, Lototo, and Giselle for round 2 Annie. Surely not. But yeah, like I said, in a few days' time, on the 23rd, we are going to do a prediction going over who I think the 10th anniversary characters could be before we get the trailer a month in advance. I feel like Ichigo and Rukia just has the highest chance here. And I also agree, the 10th anniversary is way too big to not do something special. 9th anniversary Kenpachi and also Grammy were controversial last year. And even though it's an anniversary, it is still just an anniversary, you know? We've had 9 already. But 10 years is too big to not do a main character, so Ichigo has to be included here. But there's no exciting 1000 Year Blood War Ichigo that we can get, so that does lead me to believe that, you know, an Ichigo Rukia original form, it seems like right now could be the best chance for that. And I guess this time next month we will find out if the trailer does hint at that. And then last but not least, we have Solved. Once more, looking deep into the logo, and in this case, it potentially, because like I've seen this one a few times, it does potentially give off the same color vibe. I mean, it's missing some more yellow. It's more orange at the top, but potentially resembling Shunsui's Bankai with it all being yellow, you know? Again, Bankai Shunsui, I think, is a big contender for the actual anniversary. He's a character that they aren't going to release outside a big celebration. So if it doesn't happen for anniversary part 1, it could be part 2. If it doesn't happen for part 2, likely similar to last year's Rukia, will be saved for an end of year or an anime comeback celebration when season 4 airs, maybe sometime in 2026. I definitely do not expect Bankai Shunsui to release for a normal end of month. He will be during a big celebration. Again, one that warrants that is anniversary or end of year. So with that said, that's the video for today. Just going over some of the theories that I've seen over on Reddit posted over the last 2 or so months. Right now, a lot of the names that we are seeing thrown about is, you know, Bankai Shunsui, Bankai Yamamoto, and then Ichigo and Rukia. For an anniversary as big as the 10th anniversary, you know, Killer, we're going to go all out. They're going to do something big, and we're going to find out next month how big it might potentially be. Because around June 20th to June 23rd, usually it's June 23rd, we will get our first sign of the upcoming 10th anniversary characters. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to react to it, cover it, and also go over you lads' predictions when the reveal does happen. Hope to see you lads there. Take care, and peace.